Hey guys, so welcome to the second video that I'm doing for the South African String Convention 2020. Again, huge thanks to Marietje Meyer for asking me to do these. So the big thing about jazz that people remark on is improvisation. It's one of the big pillars of the genre. And you know, it's not limited to jazz as a genre. There's improvisation in rock music, all those shredding guitar solos, baroque organ music has got some improv in it. The story behind improvisation is that it is kind of, you know, it's like learning a language. Whenever you learn a new language, you need to learn the inflections, the common phrases, words, important words that you need to know so you don't offend anybody, cultural practices, history, etc., etc. And improvisation is exactly the same. It's learning a language. So in the jazz genre, when you improvise in jazz, you know, it's made up of a couple of things. One, you need to have a strong knowledge of theory because you need to, you know, you're not plucking notes out of thin air. You could, but a lot of good improvisers are excellent theory academics, I suppose. Then transcription. So, you know, the adage of standing, you can see where you're going when you stand on the shoulders of others. So transcription teaches you the music of the people who kind of started the whole movement. You learn the inflection, musical taste, note selection, etc., etc. There's tons to learn. An instrument notwithstanding, like I play double bass, but I check out horn players all the time. Then it's also just understanding, you know, putting your theory into practical use. That's part of it. So having, you know the chords, but you need to know what to play on those chords, what's permissible, and then ultimately, you know, self-expression. The whole point of improv is really to have something to say musically about something. But it's going to be based, you know, you have free jazz that does exist, where it's just kind of, as the name suggests, a free for all, but there are techniques and there are principles behind it. It's not just random noise. So, you know, one of the big things, so in jazz music I speak, we talk about playing over chord progressions. Like we'll say, okay, let's play 1-6-2-5 in F. So what that means to us is, you know, the chord then, like we've turned the chord sequence into a phone number. 1-6-2-5 refers to chord 1, F major 7, chord 6, D minor 7, chord 2, G minor 7, and chord 5, C dominant 7. So that might sound like Greek, but what it means is in your normal key of F major, just because I mentioned it, the notes for F major are F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. But you can build a triad on every one of those notes. So note number 1, which is F major. 2, G minor. A, 3, A minor. 4, B flat major. 5, C major. 6, D minor. And 7, E diminished. But if you add another third to the top of that grouping, another third interval, another note, you're adding the 7th degree of that chord. So now it goes from a triad to a chord. So chord 1 is F major 7, chord 2 is G minor 7, 3, A minor 7, 4, B flat major 7, C, 5, C dominant 7, 6, A minor 7, and 7 could either be E half diminished or E minor 7 flat 5. So what that means is that, you know, when those chords happen, I've got certain notes available to me just as chord tones. But what's nice, again, about doing theory in practice, you can play that and you can make it practicable, something you can work towards. So you learn where the things are on your fretboard, you look at fingering, you look at, you know, string crossing. So as an example, I'll play it slowly. So I'll play from F and I'll play them all ascending. So 1, 2, 3, 4. G minor, A minor, B flat major 7, C dominant, E, so there's something nice and simple to play, but it immediately makes music of your theory. So let's play one. So my favorite is to play 1 ascending and 1 descending. So you go descending G minor, ascending A minor, descending B flat major 7, ascending C dominant, D minor down, forgot fingering, E E half diminished up. Dicey tuning, but anyway, so the you know, there you've made a musical representation of an otherwise mundane theoretical concept. So now you take it one step further. If I wanted to play that 1-6-2-5 as I mentioned before, so 1 F major 7, 6 D minor 7, 2 G minor 7, 5 C dominant. So slowly it's 3 4 F major 7, D minor 7, G minor 7, C dominant. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And this is all just fundamental studies, you know. So what you can do is what I'll call the Barry Harris method. And Barry Harris was a famous improv teacher. He was like, he's not the only one, but he's just so prolific. And he explains the concept so nice and simply. And it's such a wonder, you know, just seeing it done in the jazz edition. And anyway, you can go Google him, Barry Harris. It's absolutely worth the effort. So what he does is he'll take that concept and then he'll start adding to it. So one thing you could do first and foremost is swing it. You have to play the swing rhythm, which I'll get to in another lesson. So here's straight, and I'll play it as 8th notes now. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and... So diatonic 7 series as straight 8s. Right? So now, let me play the same thing swung. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Forgot my fingering. But again, so now there's the same concept, swung. So add to that, put a semitone approach note before every chord arpeggio. So now it rhythmically will kind of put it out of sync and it'll sound different. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, on the way back, it's even nicer. Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, excuse the mess up there. So now, let's do the semitone approach note, and then we play a triplet out of the rest of the notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's really nice fundamental stuff to practice. So now when I get that 1, 6, 2, 5, and I'll even just play that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, sorry. 2, 5. And the nice thing about, you know, with 4 notes, never mind 5 notes, with 4 notes you can get 24 different combinations of 4 notes. So if your notes are 1, 3, 5, 7, which is the chord tones, you've got 24 versions per chord. So you can go 1, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 1, 1, 5, 3, 7, 1, 7, 5, 3, and so on and so on. So even if you just wanted to practice some improv on 1, 6, 2, 5, or just on one chord, never mind 1, 6, 2, 5, I mean, it could sound something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, you know, why don't I add scale tones? And I'm just playing one chord so far, right? So now I'm going to open up the scale to me as well. So 1, 2, 3. you know, cool.